Alright, guys, welcome back to week 2 of our Miles Apart podcast with myself, Cledwin, and my co-host, Amira. Say hi, Amira.
Mm,
Um, well, we've got some decent reviews from our first podcast we did. I uploaded it to my YouTube channel.
our YouTube
Our,
channel.
yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
our,
Yeah, it's okay.
our YouTube
It's fine.
channel, Miles Apart
Technicalities.
podcast. You can find that.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Splitting the
uh,
revenue, half and half.
Pretty much. Well, there's no revenue right now, so
There's plenty of revenue.
there's zero revenue.
We're
We
making that moolah.
we have no money coming in. To be honest, I got asked a
To be
question.
honest, we actually have sponsors, so
Oh, we don't have. No, don't. No, no, don't, no, no.
mm,
I did get asked this week though from someone if I'm making money off YouTube. I don't think the person
here with
see
all our 15 subscribers.
exactly. I don't think the person knows how YouTube works. First of all, let me just explain. I think you need over 1,000 subscribers, and I could be wrong here, but 1,000 hours of watch time in order to be like um, categorized as being
I've like
eligible,
monetized.
yeah, eligible for monetization.
That's quite a lot of hours. How many days is that?
1,000 divided by
Mm,
24. Yeah, 42 days. Quick maths. But yeah, so you need that in order to get monetized for YouTube videos and so on. We're not at that level. And to be honest, we didn't start this for money or anything like that.
Yes, we did.
No, we didn't.
I'm kidding. Yes, we did.
Well, actually, that's just, right. We started it for we wanted to have fun with it and all. But yeah, so I got asked that
You can have
question.
fun with money.
Fun with money. Trust me, even if you were at that 1,000 subscriber point, I think the money you'll
You're
get is
getting
about
like 20p a video.
23p or some shit like that. Do you know what I mean? So, regardless, that's not what we're here for. Um, but apart from that, we got some decent reviews, some friendly comments, and
Personal favourite.
yeah, what?
Hi, my name's Chloe.
But yeah, someone did ask that I introduced myself as, "Hello, my name's Gledwin." Um,
Round of applause. Show that, guys. Classic.
let's pretty much just start the podcast then. So today's topic was going to be uni experiences, right? We're going to take a dive into our past experiences through uni, recap from first year to fourth year, kind of, right?
Mhm.
And just see
Yep.
what shenanigans we got up to during our uni years. Me and Amita have probably had a completely different uni experience in the starting parts because then we met each other in third year and so on. But our first years and second years were completely different. So
My first and second year was non-existent, basically.
pretty much we'll discuss the differences and so on. Okay. So so the way we're gonna so the way we're gonna do it is me myself and Amita are gonna give our personal experiences for first year, and then we'll move on to second year, third year, and so on. Okay. So Amita, start us off with your first year. What what did you do in your first year of uni, right?
Mm,
Just start it off from you moving from Glasgow to Aberdeen and so on, right?
okay, okay. So I'd never ever been to Aberdeen prior to actually like getting into RGU. So I had no idea what it was like. And the
Okay.
first time I came up was for applicants day. And my first thought of it was, damn, this is a depressing grey city. I
Yes.
don't think I can live here. Plus I was like going into student accommodation in first year.
Okay.
And I know I enjoyed it. It was alright. But I think I got kind of lucky with the people that I was staying with
Yeah.
in terms of like the proper uni experience, which is like freshers and all that. I didn't actually do much because I don't drink. I didn't do
D-
anything actually.
But did you go out in time the first year?
Yeah, like once. Like once. And the reason for this was me and one of my flatmates, we wanted a hoodie. So we were given out free hoodies and we had to go out to get them. So we had to pay £5 entry to get in. We stood there, I'm not kidding, we stood inside for 10 minutes Me standing there, not doing anything, empty, because he went at like, what time did he open at?
At 10,
10?
10 or something.
11?
First of
We
all,
went
first,
bang on 10, yeah. No queue, straight in, stood there, empty. And
first,
we were like, wait. So actually, what we had to do is they gave us like a little slip
yeah.
to get the hoodie. So we thought we were going to go turn up, get it, and leave, right? No, dead ass, right?
Give a
But we had
bunch
to
of
go.
sados.
Yeah, no, dead ass. And what we actually had to do was we had to go to RGU Union to
Mhm.
actually get it. So, I mean, all I got from that was a pen for that night. It was quite
Nice.
boring.
So, not successful night.
No, definitely not. Went back, put my jammies on, got a tub of ice cream out, sat and watched Netflix. I think I FaceTime my friends or something back in Glasgow.
Oh my God. Okay, so mine was a bit different. First year was insane. Absolutely insane. Um,
Insane in a good way or insane in a bad way? Can you remember any of it?
okay, freshers, first of all, was a bit non-existent because let's run through this. So it was me, Craig, were the only people I think it was just me and Craig actually that went from grammar to RG. Okay, so Craig's the only person I knew at that time. But when we got into lectures, I saw a few familiar faces like Alex, John, and stuff that we'd seen at parties and things like that. And Alex I knew from school as well. So we slowly started becoming friends, right? We got a circle like a group together, and that was like our group, Matt, and so on. Um,
So
and
you actually kind of knew everyone that was
yeah,
in
like
your
okay,
group
we did to be honest, we did have a decent group from the bat. Do you know what I mean? Craig was the person who
from
pretty
the
much
get go.
Craig didn't even bother like making friends. So I'd have to go in like I literally had to go and like initiate the conversations with people, and then slowly that became our friend group.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we had a friend group, but to be honest, not a lot of people. Craig at the time, Craig wasn't drinking a lot and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
um, initially for freshers, or like the freshers, like first year, I think I went to about two events, and they were both shit.
Oh, really?
But come a few weeks after freshers, right, when we like slowly start getting our friend group together and stuff, we started going out pretty much every Thursday. No, sorry, not even Thursday. What was it? It was
Every Wednesday.
it was underground. When was underground? Oh, Tuesdays, car wash Tuesdays. I think
Okay.
that's what it's called. Uh, so we used to go to underground, and that was like
Why is
our.
it called Car Wash Tuesdays? Is that like foam bar?
I think so. Like sometimes it got proper messy in there. But the reason we went to underground is because you used to have £1 Jaeger bombs,
Oh,
and
yeah.
we didn't realize at that time how lethal that could have been. So that I'm sure there's a picture I have on my phone where we Matt ordered about 30 Jaeger bombs between me and him, right?
Oh.
It was horrible. I think I got through about six or seven, and then we just started dishing them out to people. But those nights were so messy because you could probably have about two and you'd be gone, but you'd push yourself to that limit, and it was so fun, man. Like as bad as it was the next day, like recovering from it all, you were just having fun in that in those moments, right? And you met so many decent
Mm-hmm.
people on nights out and so on. So
Mm-hmm.
first year was a bit of a mess in terms of going to underground, going to um, what's that? Campus. That's what it was, right? And we used to go there for
Mm-hmm.
prees. That got
Mm-hmm.
shut down now. Um, I think I went to Garage once. That was horrible. Never again.
I think that was the place I went to.
Oh no, it's horrible. I didn't go to
I can
Institute.
remember it so vividly. It's like scarred me.
To be honest,
It was just red lights as well, just
yeah,
red lights beaming down,
you don't
and
want
I
to
was
go.
just like,
Yeah,
this isn't for me. Get me back home in my bed.
no chance, no chance. But what was it called? Institute. Before Institute, it was called something. Um,
No, it was always called It
was
was
it?
always called Institute, and then they changed it to Attic.
Okay, okay. But I didn't go to Institute. I used to hate that place. Still hate it to this day. So underground was our thing, pretty much back in first year. Um, and yeah, so I stayed at home. I didn't move into flats or anything. So I still had to go pretty much drunk back home every single night. Um,
Every single night.
and and that was interesting because like to be honest, my parents are chill with it. But sometimes I used to come home like proper leathered, absolutely leathered.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's been a few incidents where I've puked on my carpet, and my mum's come into my room the next day, and absolutely just giving me a bollocking for it. Um,
Yeah, that's probably why it stinks in your room because it's probably like
exactly.
remnants
It's
of
probably
that.
still there. Do you know what I mean? I need a new carpet.
Yeah, that and your feet.
So once we get our YouTube money, it's going on a carpet. Swiftly moving on to second year, right? From there, how did you change going into second year?
I didn't. I just knew Aberdeen better, so we knew where we wanted to go and eat.
Oh my God.
Like
Okay.
even the people in my group
Yeah.
that could
Yeah.
drink
Yeah.
didn't drink. Like they didn't want to. Like it wasn't a thing.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
would drink, but they would have like one cocktail or something, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm getting a virgin pina colada, walking out on the drink."
You're too
But
innocent,
like
man.
Glass Iguanas
You're
was the place to be in those days for
too,
us.
too innocent. Too innocent. Um, Second year for me,
We used to
again.
go on drives and stuff, but that was about it. It was as adventurous as we got was going on like late night drives out to along the coast, so like out of Aberdeen, kind of towards Stonehaven.
Um, Second year for me, again, it's pretty much the same. Underground, drinking. I started working at B&Q a bit more. So mix partying, or sorry, just like going out and then working the next day
Hmm.
was absolutely just like horrible as well.
I can so relate to that.
Yeah, right. And we started going
Yeah.
to we started going to Knox a bit more. Um,
Hey,
and those are the good days actually, to be honest. I still remember those days. Um,
I still remember those days.
ma-
It was like 2 years ago. Calm down.
no, Knox days.
Do
The thing is though, we don't go to Knox anymore, right? And plus, Knox isn't the
you not?
same. No, we don't. And I don't barely go out anymore days. Do you know? I want to go back to first year, second year.
Do you actually?
Like I think I'd like to
So
go.
would you? Okay.
I'd like to go maybe like once or twice. I don't think I could do it. My body couldn't take it like every single day, every single week. Sorry, it's just too much. But yeah, okay. So that was second year. Again, pretty much the same as first year. A bit more drinking and going to Knox a bit more now. And with Amir, I was a bit more getting closer with our friends and going out to cinemas and late night drives. So if we're moving on to third year then, and I think this is where
Mhm.
things got a bit more interesting, and this is where we
Mhm.
probably experience like uni and like
Mhm.
stretch our boundaries of where we can go and stuff like that as well. So how did you find third year and what did you get up to?
You know, in third year for pharmacy students, it's when you're applying to all these different like assessment centres and all your interviews for your pre-reg, which isn't until like 2 years later. But you have to start applying in third year for it all.
Okay.
So it's a very stressful year. Like I remember the start of third year just being like a lot of work. Always been in the library,
Yeah.
and I was never in the library.
I think we got to
Mm.
about December time where I started playing a lot
I
more.
was. I think it was like November.
Is it November? Okay. I started playing a bit more
November.
badminton and stuff like that. And one of Amira's friends introduced me to their friend group, right? And to Amira. So we were in Costa when I got introduced to Amira.
Hmm.
And what did I say again?
Yeah, you just put your hand out and you shook my
Yeah,
hand.
I shook her hand and I just said, hello, my name's Clara. And it was like a very formal like handshake. And I don't know
Yeah.
why. I could have literally just said, hi, my name's Clara. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know why it was necessary to give her a formal handshake. Like
Have you
it
ever
was like
done that before, Tiff?
no, like it was an interview. Like I'm signing the deal. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it just
Yeah.
didn't need to happen. Um,
Yeah.
but regardless,
I was kind of taken aback. I was like, do I shake this hand? Where does this hand
what
be?
does it mean?
Exactly. Like, but it was also I was expecting you to have like an Indian accent, and then you
Yeah.
actually spoke. And at first I was so confused because I was expecting one thing and then another thing came out your mouth. And initially I was like, is that a Welsh accent? Just because I was so taken aback.
I know, Welsh name, Indian boy. And it was the same with you, to be honest. I expected you to like I thought you were from Aberdeen or something. And then you start speaking in your Glaswegian accent. And I was
And
like,
yeah, that was his next thing that you said. You go, so you from Glasgow?
yeah,
I was like,
such a
whoops.
such a stupid
What gave
question.
away?
Do you know what I mean? Like
And then the next thing you asked me was, what did you order? And I stupidly goes, a panini. And you're like, no, I meant the coffee.
oh mate, it was just so
You were
awkward.
so off.
I mean, I pretty much like go through like some of the stuff that we've done in third year and like It's insane. It's absolutely insane when you look back at
So
it.
we used to go on like drives from like 10 at night to like 4 in the morning.
Like when people think about it, like
Like,
I don't know
I
what
don't
was
know.
going through our minds because
Mm,
we had uni the next day. It wasn't just like
yeah.
it, we were.
It wasn't like a 1 hour class, especially for like, well, I don't know about you. I think you guys had less classes than us, but
We
we were
didn't
in
go
like
to
nine
classes.
to five every single day.
Yeah, we didn't go to classes to be honest, right? And as soon as I met you, like we got talking, and I think it just enjoyed your company, and you were quite adventurous at that point as well, where you'd just be like, let's go on a drive or something, and then we'd
Yeah, I
start
was up for
driving.
anything back then.
You were, and we used to start driving, and sometimes we'd just be like, oh, let's take this turn. We're on a motorway, and we're going on this motorway for about 30 minutes because we're just speaking in the car, and sometimes we'd end up in freaking Ellen. Do you know what I mean? And then we'd
Yeah.
end up at a football stadium where we break into
And
the
then
football
we'd
stadium
break into the football stadium.
and go up and sit in the stands. It was just so
No, that
adventurous.
wasn't Ellen. Is that Ellen? Banff.
Banff,
Is that
sorry,
the
the
same
Banff
place?
football stadium. Yeah,
Right, okay.
and there was police cars like patrolling the bit
Yeah,
as well.
they were police cars.
Oh, like some of the stuff that we got up to was just absolutely insane.
We
So
used to go to
we went to Loch
like
Mick,
we
Loch
we went to Lochmick in the dead of the night, and you reversed into one of the like parking spots.
Parkinson's, yeah.
And then when we came, so we walked along a bit, and this is in like winter.
This is
Like
winter.
I
This
remember
it was
we were
freezing.
freezing,
We were freezing.
pure icy, pure snowy. Like the roads up there were horrible, right? Bad enough on a normal day, but
Yeah,
then with the snow and the ice, it was even more dangerous. Than like even more dangerous.
yeah,
And then when you parked into that like parking space, and then we came back after walking around like not round the lock, but like up towards the lock,
yeah,
you were like inches away from the edge.
yeah. Of falling
Like
off
your
the
car would
cliff.
have fallen off.
Yeah, some of this shit, some of the stuff that we got to
We
was
would like lie down in the middle of the road. Do you remember that, looking at the stars
yeah. So there was
in the
one
middle of
day,
nowhere?
Amira's lying in the middle of the road, and I go to her like, Amira, I can hear a car, and she's like, no, it's the river, and I was like, no, Amira, it's a car, and I was like, Amira, just get off the road, please. Um, and no joke, like 5 seconds later, a car just zooms past at 70 miles per hour off this road. And I just look at her and go, you absolute dumb. Do you know what I mean? That could have been you gone. But it was shit like that that we got up to, which to this day I still can't remember. So that was just a few of it, like where we went to Banff, Loch
And we
Mick at
used to
three
go
o'clock in the
to
morning.
like, yeah, like abandoned caravan parks.
Oh,
We used to
abandoned
go to abandoned mental hospitals. We used to go to abandoned schools. There's a running theme here. We liked the horror
the horror
of
part of
it
it,
being
yeah.
like abandoned and places.
And so this was we used to go on these adventures pretty much like at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the mid at night.
And we did it a few times a week though. Like a lot of the time with other people.
Yeah, yeah. Just didn't. It wasn't just me and Amira. It used to be a group of us that used to go out on
Yeah.
these adventures. So it was nice to like you're with your mates and you're just like exploring. So
Mhm.
it was good. It was good. What else did we go up to? So we went on the haunted houses, the abandoned caravans.
Oh,
Oh,
we used to go around the trail, like the castles. We
yes.
used to go around all the castles.
Yeah, castles was our thing as well. So we used to go around castles really late at night as well when we used to explore different castles. Don't know
What's
why.
that?
Don't know
That
what
pink one called
Craigivar or something. I don't know.
Craig.
Um,
And we went. One of the castles that we went to has like um. This what had like a garden, and we were playing hide and seek in the garden in the middle of the night because there was like trees to hide behind. There was a
oh
fence. Like,
yeah.
don't get what we were doing. I really don't.
Yeah.
We were utterly
It was
not half
so
the time.
fun. It was so fun though. Like I look back at it and I was like, I wouldn't change that for anything. Um,
Mm,
and then winter, as you said, we were in the winter time, right? And it was, I think that year was really snowy. Like there was quite a lot of
yeah.
snow, and it was the perfect time to go sledging. I've never sledged before that, by the way. So that was my first time sledging, and I went to
Yeah.
B&Q.
Remember me and you went and got
Yeah,
the sledge,
me
and
and
you were trying to like diss the sledge that I picked, and you were
yeah,
like, "It's gonna break, it's gonna break."
yeah. So me and Amira went to B&Q, bought a sledge, and to be honest, it looked very flimsy. And to this day, I still have it in my shed. But that sledge did us proud. Um, and we used to go down like massive hills and like Cooter and stuff like that. And to be honest, like we did that pretty much every week or a few times a week. when it was really snowy outside, and we used to go with a massive
Mhm.
group. And there was
Mhm.
once that we went in the cooter playing field, and we took our cars to try and do like drifts. Remember?
Yeah, like
And the car,
donuts or something.
yeah, in donuts, right? And my car got stuck. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
In the little
yeah,
ditch. So I got you
yeah.
guys to get out and push my car.
I don't think that was there. I
No, no,
think
no, no, no,
that
no,
was
no, no. But
that
that,
was the school.
yeah, I know it was at school, but it was also that time where you guys had to get out and push the car for a bit. Trust me, it was.
Yeah.
But
So you heard it here first. Like he basically gets girls to push his car out
uh,
of ditches, and he just
well,
sits in the comfort of his seat.
well, it was you freeloaders that were in my car all the time anyway.
Reloaded. You wish.
Um, and there was another time that we went to a haunted house, and as we were leaving, it got really snowy and the roads got really bad, and my car got stuck again. There's a running theme. My car is just not made for country roads, and it got stuck. So I got the girls to get out of the car and push, and as they were pushing, I revved the engine a bit because I was trying to get out of it, and I think you guys got soaked, didn't you? Or it got really muddy.
Yeah, it was like a classic movie thing.
Yeah.
Something
Um,
fell off your car as well that night.
yeah, one of my
Like you got up, you
panels.
got out, and you had to.
Mm,
You were like out with your torch trying to figure out what
trust
had
me,
dropped off
I,
your car.
trust me, I was shitting.
So
It
let
made a
me.
massive thump though. Remember?
Mhm.
It made a
Mhm.
massive thump. So, mate, we've got through so much, and we went on like stargazing nights and stuff like that to not Bernabat. What's that? Cane Mount. First of all, let's just recap. Sorry, we're all over the place, but it's just because we're so excited about some of the stuff we got up to. But the main reason, uh,
That
we
we all
s-
became friends
we
and got
all
to know each other.
exactly we all became
Okay,
friends.
actually, what it was two things.
Hmm.
Me and the girls used to play hide and seek. Like, listen, Shubit, we used to play hide and seek in uni when we got bored in
Yeah,
between studying, right?
yeah.
And we said to you guys, do you just want to join in? Because it would be good to have more people and we could team up and stuff. So
Trust me,
that's how we got.
trust me. My mates did not like the idea of that. I think it was just me and Matt.
No,
Me and Matt were the only ones who were
and
like,
John.
no, even John. We had to drag John out.
Oh, really
Yeah, John, Wes. We even had
disappointed
to
in you,
drag.
John.
We we even had to drag like Wes into it, but the boys weren't feeling it regardless. But they still did it. John did it and so on. Um, and yeah, so you guys like playing hide
And
and
then
seek.
the snowball fight.
So yeah, we had a massive snowball fight outside of uni. So it was your girl group and like my like boy group and stuff. And to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, we were awkward fucks at that time. Like we were so awkward. And well, I say some of us.
Well, we didn't really know your friends. Like,
Yeah,
I only knew you at that point. I don't know about anyone else, but
exactly.
so I was a wee bit like, oh, this is awkward. But also, I was just kind of like, whatever. In my head, I was like, I'm never going to know these people. I'm never going to see them again.
Yeah.
So
It d-
I just didn't really care
it did
at that
take it
point.
did
And that
t-
was around about November, December time.
yeah, it did take a bit of time for you guys to get like used to it and stuff. But I feel as though that snowball fight like just properly like got us together as well
Mm.
because everyone was out lobbing snowballs off yous. So yeah,
Yeah, you wish. You wish.
and again we had another snowball fight when we went to
Yeah,
Hazelhead
so I
Park.
think we went
Remember?
to Hazelwood Park, yeah.
Yeah,
And we like had to go into a plane field. Did we sneak in or jump a fence or something?
something again. But remember when we went through the maze really late at night as well?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Matt like there was like ice
yeah.
over like a pond or something, and Matt like bumped his foot by
Dunked us
accident.
foot in it. Mate, it was just good times. Just like that's what you live for. I think everyone looked forward to those nights where you used to be like, let's go out and do stuff, and everyone would try and make themselves free for those times. So
Yeah.
I think all of us look back at it and go third year was probably one of our best years in uni. That was third year. We probably went through third year for quite a bit. Swiftly moving on to year four. Year four is when I went to Cummins for my year placement. So this was down in Huddersfield. So I left uni, took a year out.
And
And
by this point, we're like together.
oh yeah, yes, we forgot to mention that. So I asked Amira out and pretty much at the end of third year, mid third year,
Mhm.
mid third year. Um, and then pretty much I dipped to Huddersfield. To be honest, I already had my offer and stuff, so I had to accept it already. But it was a really good opportunity with a really good company, so I couldn't let it go. Um, so I went to Huddersfield in the summer. Um, and so I took a year out and
Mhm.
I did my stuff in Huddersfield and came back the next year. What about yourself? What did you get up to in your fourth and final year at uni?
Yeah, like there was one point where we were. in Knox and Attic in the same week,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Hmm.
And that's a lot for me.
So think
Like,
about it, looking back from first year to fourth year, not going out at all
um,
to
I know,
that's good.
and and like I still don't drink by this point as well. So I'm just out there like,
Yeah, you're just enjoying it, mate, with your mates,
yeah,
regardless if you drink or not. I think it was just, and we used to go out. I used to come back up to Aberdeen actually, and I think we did go out once with our whole group, and most of you girls did.
tunnels is that tunnels.
No, it was not. But you girls didn't drink, right? But still,
Mm-hmm.
we all used to be in Knox, just enjoying. It's just enjoying life. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? That moment. So it was fun. Those nights were fun.
Yeah.
Um,
Apart from that though, like there wasn't really like
you
the
guys had,
fourth year was fourth year,
yeah,
and that like we had to like your dissertation in the pharmacy. Fourth year is the only year that counted towards your.
yeah.
So like it's like a master's in 4 years. So like you've got a lot crammed in your last year.
You guys had to focus on your
Um,
last. So yeah, that
Towards
was
the end it was alright, but
yeah. And you graduated from uni, right? So you got
yeah.
your degree in pharmacy. Like if people didn't go to uni, right? What would you say that you've learned, like that they haven't
To be honest,
experienced?
like I wouldn't like have experienced like being out living on my own.
Yeah,
Just because when you like now I live at home again with my parents, and you kind of realize how much,
you're dependent.
yeah, and
Yeah,
you kind of lose that freedom. Like in Aberdeen, you can go out, do whatever you want, whenever you wanted. Not just in Aberdeen, but what I mean is when you move out
yeah, yeah. I know what you mean.
and you get so used to that, you move back in, and it's just like reality hits again,
See,
and you're like,
I was at home. I was at home throughout uni. I don't know if it's just to do with parents and stuff, but I was free, man. I was free to do whatever I wanted and stuff like that.
yeah.
As long as you're responsible with it.
If you were to pick 1 year to relive,
Like I really want to say third year, right? I probably would. No, I probably would pick third year
you
because
want
it
to be
had
absolutely mortal
the.
in the first year again.
I do sometimes some days I feel like first year, some days I feel like third year because both would be great. But in third year we also did go out and stuff, so I'd pick third year overall. One question for you: would you
Mm-hmm.
do it all over again?
Yes.
Yeah, right. I think all of us
Mm-hmm.
would. We all come out of uni being like, I
And
miss
I mean
uni.
like the full 4 years
Yeah, yeah,
because it was such a good experience for me
yeah,
personally.
yeah. I think we all look back at it. Do you know what I mean? Being like, we miss uni. I think you've come out of it missing uni. I asked some of my mates, being like, but most people say they miss uni for the social aspect, being with your friends and having a laugh, and I think that's what we
I
all.
actually just miss like yeah, and I miss Aberdeen and I miss RGU.
Um, now then, that is it pretty much for our podcast this week. We spoke about that was our topic, speaking about university and past experience about university, and it might be different to you guys, right? You guys might have spent it pretty much drinking every single year, so you get a different insight of how we spent ours and how Amira spent hers and her,
I like how you just singled me out there.
her innocent first years.
Amira and her
So yeah, that was that.
sad beginning.
That's our recap. Do we not have any sponsors for this week, by the way?
Oh, let me just check my paperwork.
Did you get any emails from our sponsors? They were
Yeah,
flowing
printed
in
something
since
out.
they were flowing in since I last checked them.
Just using my paycheck to create that sound. So this week's lucrative sponsor,
How much have they given
and
us?
I can't disclose that.
Is that okay? Okay, is that tell me it
Yeah,
after. Tell
so
me it
it's like
after.
yeah.
Okay,
It's like
confidential, confidential.
um
Yeah,
so it's summer. So I'm just gonna read the script here actually.
yeah. Read the script. Read the script. You're absolutely butchering this right now. So yeah, read the script.
Yeah. So it's summer, and what happens in summer? The sun's out. And what happens when the sun's out? The pollen's out.
Wait, is that the sponsor for this
Want to
week?
sneeze? Pollen. Want the itchy eyes?
What? No, I don't. I don't want to.
That's your line.
Oh wait. Oh,
You just need to say
pollen.
pollen.
Oh, sorry, pollen.
We've gone over this.
Ah, okay, okay. Pollen,
Jesus
pollen.
Christ.
Want to have a puffy face? Uh, I
Pollen.
yeah, yes.
Want to not be able to breathe?
Pollen, pollen, pollen,
Want a nosebleed because you've been sneezing so much?
pollen. Nice. Okay.
Colin,
Anyway.
get yours today in the UK. Terms and conditions apply.
Okay, that's our sponsor for this week. I hope you guys have enjoyed it,
Ridiculous.
right? It's to be honest, this is
Mm-hmm.
fun. Just sometimes just speaking about some random stuff and reminiscing about stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's been good. It's
So
been
leave
good.
your comments down below
Yeah. To be honest,
about your uni years if you feel like it,
Amira delayed this
if you want.
podcast a bit later on. So we initially intended to film this at 8. So she moved this to 10 o'clock, 10:30, and
10 o'clock. I wasn't that late.
I mean, obviously I'm a running guy now, so I'm running so much that
Oh
I'm so
my
tired.
god.
I'm so tired nowadays. I'm tired. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, I'm a working gal, so
You're not
nine to
working
half
as
five,
you had a weekend.
study it.
You had a weekend.
I've, I'm still
And
studying. I'm exhausted.
when was the last time you studied?
Can't remember.
But yeah.
Since my exam got postponed.
So yeah, I was just proper tired, man. And yeah, it's
Yeah, so you're proper tired, says the guy who is gonna go off and play COD after this.
yeah, but COD
So
it gets the people going.
I don't think anything can get you going because you look like you're half sleep loaded.
Trust me, I am so tired right now. Anyway, I'm literally as soon as this podcast finishes,
We're
I'm
gonna
off.
have a wee convo on WhatsApp.
Okay, sure. I'm gonna head off. But regardless, hope you guys have enjoyed it. Um, and
Oh wait,
what?
I thought we were gonna give everyone a little update on your feet problem.
They're still stinky. Nothing's
Are
changed.
they?
Yeah, trust me, nothing's changed.
Okay,
They're still
that's fair.
sweaty right now. um, Let me just do a quick test. Still sweaty.
That's disgusting.
Still sweaty. Obviously I'm doing more running nowadays, so they're bound to get sweaty.
Do you
I
know
I think
the
one of my
thing is though?
toenails,
They're sweaty.
no, one of my toenails is coming off, so I need to be careful.
That's actually vulgar.
Because you know how my toes like they're like volcanoes, like they bend at the
Yeah, like little dinosaurs.
yeah. So um yeah, one of my toenails is like peeling off, so I need to just be a bit careful. I put tape around it when I go when I
That's actually disgusting.
you know I lost a toenail once when I was in Goa. I dropped a cricket wicket on
A
my
cricket wicket.
on my toenail and it just cracked. So I was cutting about with no toenail.
What do you know, toe?
So yeah, I've also lost a fingernail playing
Mm-hmm.
Beyblade when I was a kid as well. So I put the Beyblade out, and just as I was about to grab it, back in the day in India, we used to have like metal Beyblades, right? That's the competition ones and stuff. And I went to pick it up.
Your competition ones. I
Trust,
remember having little plastic things.
oh no, mate, we used to get serious about it. Like if you lost the battle, we take your Beyblade. That's how we used to play. We used to come after school. There's about 6 of us who used to get into our just on the main road, and we used to do it on the main road and just let her rip.
Oh my god.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Crazy.
Um,
Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.
next week,
Leave comments down below. Let us know
oh yeah,
what you
yeah,
thought.
exactly. Leave a
Let us
comment.
know about your university experiences and give us some feedback on what you would like to hear us talk about as well.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Right, we want to keep our following going, get it bigger.
Hit that notification bell.
Next week, we are gonna have a special guest on this podcast. Yeah, we're gonna have a special guest. Remember
I
I
thought
told
it
you?
was like
No, it's next
Thursday.
week. It's next week. It's next week.
Is it
Yeah,
happening next week?
it's happening next week, right?
No way.
Yeah, it's happening next week.
I'm
So
excited.
we're gonna, yeah, excited and a bit nervous.